Welcome back to the Man Down Podcast. Hey, me and Corey doing this thing solo, man. This, just me and Corey today, man. This reminds us of like episode 10 back when it was just me and you doing this thing, man. What's up,
back to the roots. You know what I'm saying?
Root. This man said the root. This man said back to the root.
Back to the roots.
Yeah, back to the root, man. Yeah, man. It's been good. Hey, it's been a lot going on,
bro. It's been busy.
Football and basketball. There's been a lot going on, man. We're gonna talk about all of that. Trade deadline coming up. Just had the All-Star game. Just in time, buddy.
Whoa, dude, that is
just in time, man.
What's going on,
man?
I see that banner. I see that banner in the back.
Oh yeah, a little something.
Yeah, it's a cooler hat, man. Cooler hat. What's up, Luther, bro?
What up, Luther?
Hey,
Luther,
Luther, we was just talking about you last week. We was like, man, we ain't seen Luther in like a month. But I know you've been busy with your with the volleyball stuff with the kids and all that stuff, man. I guess you got some time on your hand now, so you get to go ahead and talk some trash with us tonight, baby.
Oh yeah,
Luther here is gonna be a good day.
Yeah.
Oh, it gotta be.
Go ahead and plug Sports Cave, Corey.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. So this episode is brought to you by the Sports Cave. The Sports Cave is a mobile sports truck where the experience comes to you. Everything from fitteds, snapbacks, and jerseys and banners are available via Sports Cave. Check out their website at sportscavetruck.com or on Instagram at the Sports Cave 310. They got good merch.
Oh yeah.
I got some stuff on my wall. I got some. Let me put on one of my hats I got from the Sports Cave. Y'all can't see my I ain't shaved my bald head today.
I ain't even no Dodgers fan, but this hat is too dope to this hat is too dope to not wear. So I just had to put it on. Shout out to the Sports Cave.
What's up,
hey, did you notice that I sent you Kaz Pelican hat?
I did notice that. I saw it, but I really didn't pay no mind to it because I just saw a bunch of stuff in the box. So I was just like, well, I mean, extra merch is extra merch. I mean,
but
I wasn't even mad.
Yeah, I man, this stuff from the Sports Cave, man, is official. It's good. I like it, man. He got a couple of ways you can get his stuff. If you out here in San Diego, he got a store actually on the military base at Camp Pendleton. So that's dope. And I was like, man, how you get a store on the actual base?
That is crazy. That is crazy.
So that store was straight, man. I told him I hit him up and was like, hey, I'm gonna go and check some stuff out at your store. He was like, hey, I'm gonna tell my manager you coming, and she gonna have a bag for you. And I was like, oh man, no, I'm gonna buy some stuff, man. You ain't gotta give me nothing free every time I come through, man. But he was trying to give me free stuff then, and then he got the sports truck that is actually mobile, and he drives that around and parks it, tailgate and do different stuff like that. You might catch him outside of a stadium, but he just pull up and do that and set up shop. So that's all dope and good too. And then you can order stuff off the website that's actually being built right now. But when it's all good and ready to go, you can just go in there and order stuff, man. He'll get it for you, anything. So that's dope, man. But what else we got? So you got some news for us?
Oh yeah, I definitely got some news today. First and foremost, let's talk about Matt Rowan. For those of you that don't know, Matt Rowan is a high school announcer.
He's an idiot. Just say who he is. He's an idiot. Hey, buddy. What's up, man?
Oh, you got
my little buddy, man.
Got the boys on here, huh?
My little buddy on here, man.
But Corey's right. Matt Rowan is an idiot. He's an idiot. Let me tell you how much of an idiot he is. He is an announcer, and the Oklahoma 6A state basketball tournament was going on, and the girls are exercising their right to kneel during the national anthem. Well, Matt Rowan didn't like it, and so once they kneeled, he said, "F them." I hope they lose. If they're going to kneel like that, hell no. Then called them effing N-words with a hard ER. But what Matt didn't know is that his mic was live.
One MC was hot.
Oh, hot mic.
Hot mic.
Oh man, so
that hot mic let you know what a person really thinking, boy.
Oh yeah, it'll definitely tell you from my Navy experiences that hot mic can get some people.
Yes.
So this my thing though. This is my thing though, because I heard it when he was saying it. Like he was disgusted that they was kneeling, right? You know, he couldn't respect the fact that they got the right to do that. He couldn't respect that, and you know, he had his little words. And when he said the N-word thing, I don't think the guy that was with him was like, "Dude, what's wrong with you?" So it's almost like
he said, mm-hmm. That's exactly what he said.
They both need to be gone.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. He said it, but if ain't nobody around him checking him, then you know, then it's a regular occurrence.
Right.
Number one. And two, then they don't see nothing wrong with that being a regular occurrence. So you know, both of them should be gone. But that ain't even the kicker of the story. That is not.
Because this is my favorite part of the story. So I already know what you're gonna say.
This is amazing. This story is amazing.
That damn sugar is a bitch.
Sugar ain't no joke, man.
I ain't no sugar. I ain't no diabetes did this, man. Go ahead. What's the kicker?
Like everybody else, he comes back. Once he gets all the backlash from everybody, he comes back and he issues an apology. And he said the reason for him lashing out like that is because his diabetes level had spiked. I have never this.
Hey man.
So when your sugar gets too high, you just start calling people racist.
In order for me not to be a racist, I need a Snickers bar.
Right.
Somebody get me a Kit Kat so I'll call these little girls.
I'll call y'all some niggas.
I'll call y'all some niggers. That's what
N-words.
What?
Some N-words, some hard ER N-words. That's what he needs.
Yeah.
Some chocolates.
Well, I mean, but we don't have diabetes, so we can't really speak from experience. Is there anybody who knows somebody or somebody that's a nurse or somebody who might be experiencing, you know, what it's like to have diabetes that can speak on that? They can say, yeah, I call people racial slurs when my sugar spikes.
Like it gotta be, it has to be something. It had to have been something else. Like who proofread that apology? That's what I want to know. Who thought that this was a good idea?
So so that has to go because you work for a television station, right? I would or radio broadcasting company, whatever you work for. I would think that your apology would have to go through like a publicist or somebody, right? So somebody had to read that before he released it.
Somebody had
athletic director fire him too. Like you apologizing for something like that, but in your apology is full of horrible excuses. Somebody should be able to sit down and say, hey, look, that's not how you apologize. When you apologize, you just say, I'm sorry, and you know, this is what I'm gonna do to, you know, retrain myself, or you know, whatever the case may be. But you don't, inside the same sentence of your apology, say, you know, I don't consider. First of all, he said, I don't consider myself a racist. Well, it's like slave owners who didn't consider themselves racist either. Like, you know, so just because you don't consider yourself racist and you're using racial slurs, don't mean that, like, you could have saved that.
Yeah, like who cares what you don't consider yourself? Everybody heard what you said. Like racist people say what you just said, so it doesn't matter what you consider yourself.
Right.
Hey,
That was ridiculous.
Listen, man. If I came out and I said something horrific when I had a hot mic, and I came back and told you the reason that I didn't, I said that is because I didn't have my protein shake this morning. How would when I don't have my protein shake in the morning, it makes me real jittery, and I may say mean things to people.
There's no logical excuse for
that don't sound logical though. If I didn't have my protein shake in the morning,
man, ain't no excuse for none of that,
bro. So I mean, like I said, man, that's stupidity. But it also shows you where people's mindsets are, and it also shows you that some people still don't understand.
They don't.
The reason why we kneel.
Yep. Don't choose to. By the way, those girls went on and won the state championship, by the way.
Of course they did.
Thanks for the motivation, Matt Roy, and grab a Snicker.
Crazy.
Moving on to the next story. House of Athletes Combine. Former NFL receiver Brandon Marshall, who was already training athletes, held a combine from March 3rd to March 5th for the guys, since there will be no combine in Indy this year. A lot of people depending on pro days, but Brandon Marshall and his wife, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but his wife donated $10 million to put on a combine show at his training facility, where it's making some headlines and they got some people talking, to where it might be a regular thing and it might pull some of the attention away from Indy and other people to start doing it. The thing that got their attention is Georgia cornerback Eric Stokes. Georgia cornerback Eric Stokes ran a 4.24 40 laser. So I mean, when you running that fast, it's gonna bring some attention regardless. And he did it at his combine. Marshall said it doesn't matter if guys get drafted. One guy gets drafted. The notice has been put out, and he's done what he has to do to help these guys get drafted. He said that on his team, he was the last guy to get an invite to the combine, and he just wanted these guys a place to showcase their talent. Considering all the COVID stuff this year.
So all the eligible players wasn't invited, just the players that's been training with him?
I don't know if everybody was invited, but I think the ones who were training probably had first dibs at participating. So,
bro, I seen that 4.2. Now I'm gonna tell you something about that 4.2. His takeoff was so good.
It was perfect.
Right, because you bro, when they they get set, they on all fours and all that stuff, man. Mm-hmm. And when they get their head down and their arm come up.
Mm-hmm.
Look, just the way he did it was so crisp, and that takeoff. I guarantee you, he probably without his technique.
What you about to say is true. I did the research. Yeah. He actually ran track in high school. He was a 100-meter guy. So he's a speed demon anyway, but by his second step, he may have been at full speed. It was a flawless run, and he was moving. He was moving, and when you can take off like that, just like Mel said, once that start is flawless, it pretty much sets you up to kill that 40.
Yeah.
So shout out to Brandon Marshall for that.
For $10 million, it should be a whole lot of people be able to come to that.
I would think so. I don't know how many people were there. I'm gonna look that up though to see how many participants. Because Brandon Marshall. But Mel pointed out, he's just doing big things all around. Shout out to the I Am Athlete podcast, man. They doing numbers. Just salute to Brandon Marshall, who had a long career in the league. Had some ups and downs, but looks like he coming out on top. So that's always good to see.
Yeah. Only thing he need to do different, he got to stop letting Nick Wright off the hook on that show.
You got to, man. You got to go at him.
Nick Wright be saying some outrageous stuff, man. All right, my bad. Go ahead.
All right. And last but not least, rest in peace to marvelous Marvin Hagler. Legendary boxer died, I think this weekend, age of 66. Most notable was the Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard battles.
Yeah.
Those were real battles. And just anybody who was alive to see it is just I think he had 67 fights, only 3 losses. That's first of all, to have 67 fights.
That's beast work right there.
That just,
they don't make them like that no more. And rest in peace to him, man, and condolences to the family. But they don't make bosses like that no more, man. He was a middleweight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no middleweights.
Well,
might have been.
He moved up to he started at 147. He moved up and down. He was one of those rangy dudes that could go up and down with no problem. But
between what middle and what light?
Welter, super welter, and super welter and middle. So from 147 up to 160, he could do it.
He could do it. He was good at
it. Yes, very good. Have you ever seen the round with him and Tommy Hearn?
Cool, another one, legendary.
The first round.
One round. The first round. Wasn't no feeling out process. It was ring, and go to
and throw hands.
Do you see that anymore? Do you see that anymore?
It doesn't happen though.
Floyd don't even start. Floyd wouldn't start fighting to the 5th round, 5th or 6th round.
That's what. Yeah, after he done seen everything you had, then he'll start fighting.
Yeah. But at least we know that's what his strategy is, and he's good at it. And he's a good boxer. You get what I'm saying?
Not taking away from him.
He take you to school.
Yeah, he's
they just don't make boxers like they used to anymore. These heavy, I don't think none of these heavyweights can go by and beat a Tyson or George Foreman or
they wouldn't. They wouldn't make it out of the first.
They wouldn't
make it out of the first 2 rounds with Mike.
No, those guys came at you and hurt it with intention to hurt. Matter of fact, I watched the documentary of Frank Bruno. He fought Mike twice and lost both times, but he was just describing the heavyweight atmosphere during that time. Like dudes was gunning to kill you. Like they were coming to hurt you.
Mike,
it's some fighters, but they just ain't stacking up with those dudes that we grew up watching.
Yeah, there's some really good guys out there. Like especially now, I think boxing is really trying to resurge, but it's different.
Yes,
heavyweights are not coming.
I like the heavyweight.
It was just horrible for so long that once we seen Wilder and Tyson Fury, was like, and what's the other man? What's the dude from the UK?
Anthony
Joshua, right? We seen them 3 dudes and we're like, oh, this is great, but come on, man. Lennox Lewis will take all 3 of them dudes out.
I believe it.
Yeah,
all 3
of them.
I believe it. Lennox in his prime would beat all of them.
So remember, Mike was knocking out dudes that size. These cats now, he was knocking them out at 5'10".
At 5'10".
I want to know who is this. I want to know who that is. That you know what? Let's go ahead. That's the last. That's the last story. Okay, so I'm gonna open the phone line. Usually don't do this. We usually go through the first topic before you open the phone lines up. But I open the phone lines up right now. And
with these up and coming heavyweights.
Yeah, I want you to call in and tell me who these up and coming.
Tell me so I can watch.
Yeah, who are these up and coming heavyweights?
All your money in boxing right now is from your one.
Oh, Mitch, what's up, baby? Call in, Mitch.
Excuse me, probably 135 to
135 to maybe the 160 range, but that's pretty much.
But Canelo moved out of 160 and moved up to 175.
He moved up, so that kind of that kind of changed stuff.
Yep. So those are where your money fights are. Your heavyweight fights. I mean, it's really 2 fights to make. You got another fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, which I don't think Wilder want that smoke no more. I really don't think he want it no more. And then you can either Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. I mean,
I think they in the works for that.
Yeah,
but I mean, what are the super fights? All the super fights are in the little guys. So.
Yeah. I you know what? I think Tyson Fury got Wilder's number. And I don't think Wilder got nothing to gain he got more. Well, he got more to lose than he got to gain. Because if he go out and lose again to Tyson Fury,
especially like he lost last time,
yeah, he gonna be done. But I think Joshua might have. I think Joshua can beat the Fury though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so too. I think so too. I think skill wise,
Fury's not a big puncher, and he's a big leaner. You know what I mean? That's what he did, and that's exactly what he did to Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder come out there in that big Power Ranger outfit. You know what I'm saying? They said that thing weighed 80 pounds. You know what I mean? Lord. You walking a quarter mile, 80 pounds of material on. I don't know what it was, right? And then you take it off. Right. And you come out there, right? And then you got this 275-pound man leaning on you. And
hey, I don't know who this is, Mitch. And Mitch didn't want to call in. He giving us names now, Corey. You familiar with this name?
Yeah, I've seen him fight one time. I mean, it's another heavyweight that's fought nobody that's got 19 wins and 30 knockouts. He ain't fought nobody. Frank Sanchez, the same thing. I mean, you fighting these B-level fighters, you supposed to knock them out.
Ain't no B-level fighters out there though. Ain't no A-level fighters on.
At 14 and 0, Deontay Wilder had 14 knockouts and was already fighting for a heavyweight championship. And you've never heard of this dude before.
Look, all the great heavyweights are somewhere playing football. Yeah. or baseball.
You might, yeah. You might be right.
Man. Look, we just talked about somebody passing at 66. 66 not that old.
No, at all.
You know, but 67 fights, 70 fights. 70 fights, man, getting your head beat in like that.
Think about Julio Cesar Chavez, not Junior, his dad. His dad fought 130-something fights?
130-something fights.
Right.
It was different. It was just different.
Canelo Alvarez got close to 60 fights already.
Already.
He's young. He ain't even 30 yet.
How old is Canelo?
Like maybe 28, 29, maybe. Let's see. He's not old. I mean, but he has got a lot of fights. But it's where they go in and they fight on these under-circuit cards, right? But they're professional fights. You understand what I'm saying? And they can come in. Now, can one of these guys that you're talking about sneak in and win a championship? Yeah, they might be able to go in the ring and fight Alexander Povetkin, somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? With a WBO belt, right? But WBA and WBC belt, they step in the ring, Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury, it won't last long.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go here. I was waiting on somebody to call in to speak on that, but we'll go to the first topic. We can get a call.
Okay,
cool. Every Monday, they every week they NBA.com lets the NBA rankings, power rankings go, right. So I went and checked it out. I usually don't pay attention to it, especially not real early, but it's like week 13 now. So they released it, and I was interested to see what it was. And lo and behold, they dropped the Lakers all the way to 5. I would still think they were still 1 in my book. They got the Nets number 1, the 76ers number 2, even with Embiid's injury. Then the Suns number 3, Utah Jazz number 4, and the Lakers number 5. So I get that they're evaluating this by how the teams are playing, and they're not trying to project to say, okay, I think the Lakers will play better in the playoffs. I guess they're just looking at it how it is now. So they have the Nets Nets, Sixers, Suns, Jazz, Lakers 1 through 5. Do you agree with their order? Do you agree with the 5? Is it someone that you would have in there? Is it someone that you would take out? Like, what's your thoughts on it?
I agree. I feel like I get it. The Lakers, they haven't been looking. I mean, because we know what it is for the Lakers. It's championship or they fail. But it's a lot of teams that's like that. Like the Nets, who are clicking right now, that look to be unbeatable and they're not 100% healthy. So it's scary when you bring back a Kevin Durant on a team that already looks like they look now.
Right.
So, I get it. But I would have had the Lakers probably in a 1 or 2 spot. Embiid going down is big. But he's getting, when he's played, he's looked MVP-ish. But
facts.
But I mean, I just it's always the same thing with it. Nobody has ever doubted his talent. Nobody ever doubted his abilities. He just got to stay healthy, and it's tough for him. And I sympathize because the dude is a freak. You know, he's a baller. He's a certified baller. But I am happy that the Suns are getting some shine, literally.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm happy for them, but I still probably would have had the Lakers in a 2 spot. I get putting the Nets at 1, but I would have still had the Lakers up there. Though they haven't looked like themselves, you know, it's early, but it's you know, it's still time to get things right. And plus, you know, it's LeBron, you know, playing without AD. And I'm glad that this is happening. Honestly, I'm glad that this is happening because if LeBron has to understand that this is going to be different. Like, are you, you know, AD's had injury troubles too. Are you going to be able to do this? Like, recognize that this is what it is, and it's looking like I'm not sure. I'm not confident in Kuzma. I'm not. I'm not confident in those guys for a championship run. So
even though Kuzma been playing really good though,
he has. But as if
are you surprised? It's time to pull up the Hawks to hold on just a little bit longer.
Hey, hold on, Lamar, don't let us forget that. We go get to that. We'll discuss basketball NBA for a little while right here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to the Hawks though.
Yeah, definitely.
Go ahead. I know Zoe want to hit that.
Oh, of course I do. You know I do. But yeah, man, I will still keep the Lakers up there at number 2, but they gotta play like a number 2 team. So we'll see. I would have kept them at 2. I would have kept them at 2.
They right where they belong.
Hold on. Before we go in there, I'm gonna take this call and see what the caller said. Hey, go ahead, caller.
Hi.
What's up, little buddy? What's up, man?
Oh, man. What's up, man?
Nothing.
What you up to? What you doing, bro?
Nothing.
Are you having a good time listening to us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James?
That's Christian. That's Christian. Christian said he don't like LeBron. He an MJ fan. Christian.
Hey, Kate.
I think LeBron James is good.
That's cool.
That's it. What about the Lakers? What about the Lakers as a squad?
Yeah, the Lakers are pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's your favorite team, though? My bad.
Favorite team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lakers.
Oh, okay. Your dad look confused over there. All right, so you go enjoy this segment then.
Son, I think you meant to say the Mavericks.
Nah, he said what he said.
He said.
Hey Caleb. Hey, we gonna go ahead and finish having this convo, man. Hey, stay tuned and keep listening. We gonna talk about your Lakers, man. Forget them Dallas Mavs. Hey, thanks for calling, Caleb.
I love you, man.
Love you too, Dad.
All right, peace.
That's dope.
Oh, that's dope, man. Hey, so Lakers still number 2, even, and we're not talking about what we think they're going to do in the playoffs. We're just talking about how they're playing now. I think they like 7 and 8 since AD went down.
And that's the second best team in the league.
I mean, the fact that they've been able to even be 500 without AD with the cast that they've put together, it is commendable. I get it, but power rankings come out every week, so I mean, this is probably the week that they're going to definitely be down. But I still think the fact that they're doing what they're doing is impressive. And I mean, it just remains to be seen if they continue on this.
What's impressive about what they?
What is impressive?
So no, they not had some decent wins.
They had decent wins as a team that looked like the Cavs team that LeBron took the finals. So that's impressive in itself.
No, so I will say this. The strength of schedule so far, the Lakers have the number 3 easiest schedule so far. Now would you go say?
They're 7-8.
They're 22-9 overall. Is what they are, or something like that. You know, that's an impressive record, or something like that. That's what I'm gonna say.
So I will say this: the Lakers is the team to beat. I don't think what's going on right now. Once AD come back, sure, yeah, but you know, the Wizards beat the Brooklyn Nets too. So I mean,
yeah.
Nobody has played the type of basketball that we got used to seeing from the Warriors, where we knew they was the best in the team to beat. Like we knew that.
They're still number 3, and they 2.5 games back. They 2.5 games back of the first spot in the West. That's
the Lakers.
They're only 2.5 games back.
I think they done fell back a little bit more than that.
Let me look and see.
My Mavericks are scorching hot.
They're not scorching. They're
playing well.
Define scorching hot. Define scorching hot, because they on the power rankings they got them at number 10, and I'm trying to figure out why.
Because they're playing excellent basketball right now.
Yeah, they're playing good basketball. They almost beat the Clippers. I think it was last night. It was a close game. PG got hot late, and that's one of the reasons why. But
okay, but let me ask you this. Let me throw this at you.
Okay,
how can a team that is in the 8th spot in the West also be the number 10 for the whole NBA in power rankings?
I mean, the Lakers, they're number 3 in the West or so, and they're number 5. So I mean, it's all about what it's the eye test, I guess.
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah, but if you have 7 teams playing better basketball than you in your own conference in the West, and then we know we had the Brooklyn Nets, the 76ers on the East.
Yeah,
that's not that's what I mean. I'm how
I can dig that argument.
I don't. I don't. It's all about what you're doing. They're basing on what's going on right now, right? And right now,
they are playing better basketball.
Mavericks are playing good basketball. They're playing good basketball. The Lakers are not playing good basketball. That's why they went from 1 to 5.
Hey, what's always the thing I bring up about the Dallas Mavericks and how they play? Sometimes they play good basketball, sometimes they don't, right? When they fall into that habit of everything goes through Luka, then that's when they start to look bad.
I watched that game, and that's exactly what happened. I think with 2 minutes left, they were down 1, and I think the possessions went because that's what I watched, like who does what in the crunch time. Of course, I knew it was going to go through Luka, but I think Luka had a turnover, and then he had an air ball, then he had 2 more bricks after that, and then they were making shots on the other end. So I mean, I think they just like you said. Oh yeah, it's over now. Jared Dudley gone.
But they ain't got nobody that'll start no fights. So it's
who that? What's up, man?
What's going on, y'all? What's popping with y'all? Y'all good?
No, we good. What's up?
Nothing much. Hey, I had to call y'all and let y'all know Slim was having some problems over here. Yeah, they'll be trying to get on.
Oh no, tell him he good.
He good.
But to add on to that, the heavyweights that y'all was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell y'all in the comments that they do have several. The league has changed with it, so there's a lot of rookie heavyweights that are coming along.
Mm-hmm.
The records are low, but if you dig into boxing right now, you'll see that the heavyweight class is coming along. It's just gonna be a while before you hear these names.
And look, I'm with you on that. I believe that. Like I said, I like Fury. I don't like Fury. I like Wilder. I like Joshua. They look good as fighters to me, and I was like, man, these are good. But then when you compare them to the guys that we grew up watching, I don't think they compare too well. Like those guys was man's. You know,
I mean, of course, you're fighting more. You're fighting a lot more. You're fighting under conditions that are not the same anymore.
What the Lewis is saying.
But those conditions are different. That's what I said. Man, the league, he said, but it's the change, man. Like it's a lot of things that have changed in boxing.
That's true.
So
That's true.
Even with all the other classes, we're not gonna get those fighters back. Like you're not gonna get those warriors that we grew up watching.
Right.
Now it's a little bit more lazier. It's like
right,
a little bit more laid back. You're in the AC arena, man. You fighting under AC. Like at that point in time, they was fighting in the middle of the sun. I remember Muhammad Ali out there, and so it's like, come on, man. Like you're not gonna get it.
Remember, Caesar's Palace was an outdoor arena. Remember when Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield were fighting, and the dude came in on the hang glider.
Yeah, I remember that. They whooped this. They whooped his tail too, right?
They whooped his ass.
I just wanted to touch on that and let y'all know that I ain't sounding. LeBron James is the GOAT. What that mean?
That means somebody. That means somebody over there sniffing powder.
Man said LeBron James is a GOAT going on another team. Is what he calls a GOAT.
Going on another team. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Hey, Mitch, appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate you, Mitch.
Later, Mitch. Have a good one, man.
Man, that was a good call. That was funny, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to use it.
But nah. So what I always say about the Mavs, I looked at it. I don't know if it was the last game they just lost to the Clippers or the game before that, but I always look at. But if I don't see the game, I always go to the stat sheet and I go straight to the assists. And if I see a game where Luka has had 90% of the assists, that's when I know they probably lost that game. And he had 16 assists in the I think it was last game. He had 16 assists. The next person had 2. The next highest person had 2 assists. And I think it was like 2 people with 2 assists. So that means you have a point guard on your team that's backing Luka up that can't even handle the ball enough to get people involved as a point guard. So Luka is the only person setting up people. That's not good. That's not good basketball. So as long as they doing that.
Luka did not play Denver, remember, and they smoked Denver without Luka. So they can play.
Of course they can play.
They got the pieces. I think they got the pieces to make some noise. It's just finding that groove. With Luka and a secondary playmaker, or say, okay, Luka, we need you in a post more rather than bringing the ball up, or things like that, to where he can still get touches, but he doesn't have to be the primary playmaker and the scorer. If they do that, if they find a way to do that, I think they'd be good.
Yep. But because when you do it that way, when your primary scorer is also your primary distributor and ball handler, all of his points are mostly going to come off of him with the ball, using a high screen and roll, or him in ISO.
Facts.
Right. It's so much it's so much basketball left out there on the court where you might see a Paul Pierce in the post, mid post. You might see a Carmelo in the mid post. Carmelo also did it with the ball. Carmelo Anthony could also come off a screen and catch and shoot.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Like you can let J.R. Smith handle the ball when Carmelo was in Denver and set somebody up, and Carmelo can be spotted up in the corner. It's so many different ways that you can play, and they're not allowing these dudes to play like this no more. Hey, go ahead, caller.
What up?
Hey, you got
shit. I don't know whether I'm lagged out behind y'all or not. You know what it is?
Yeah, you gonna have to turn your whatever. If you watching us, turn it off so it won't echo. Who this?
This Theo.
What's up, bro?
Corey, one of my shipmates.
Oh, okay. What's good, man?
And tell him it's Thomas.
What's going on, boy?
Not much, cool.
So
I'm wondering about Dallas and all that money y'all done paid, buddy. We just gonna see what happens.
we gonna get into football last after we finish with all this basketball. But hey, look, I ain't gonna let Corey off the hook.
See what happens.
Hey, look, Thomas. Every chance I get, hey, trust me. Every chance I get, I'm gonna bust Corey in the head over the Dak stuff. Don't worry about nothing. I got Corey. And look, I'll be handing Corey his whole tailbone when we start talking about that on Dallas stuff.
Yeah. Hey man, I think they're gonna be all right without him. I looked at some of them stats, and like y'all said, y'all was gonna get into it later. But I looked at some of the stats, and if you look at how he began his career and Peyton Manning, he actually stacked up pretty damn good. So he might be all right.
I like him, man. I look. this is the thing about Dallas and Dak. I like Dak a whole lot. You know, man, he a black quarterback. What's not to like, right? And he's good.
That's
right. But it's them Dallas fans. It's people like Corey. It's people from Texas.
They America's team.
Right. America, all this stuff,
and
right?
when we were growing up, like our age, you know, they won, you know, they had the whole Coke squad, you know, they was, you know.
Look, let me
they were doing their thing.
Check this out, Thomas. Hold on. I'm gonna show you something.
Oh boy.
Watch this. He finna start clowning. Why you call and get him started, T? Real, man.
Hey,
I don't know, bro. It was I just seen all that money they didn't pay, not a lot of money.
Hey, when I seen this banner, I sponsor gave this banner to Corey. When I seen this junk and I seen the last time they won was 1995, I thought it was a misprint because the way Dallas Cowboy fans talk, like they won it in the last 5 years or something like that. I said, dude, it's 1995. Like come on, bro. Like 95, really?
It's a lot of hate.
Do you think their worst problem is their defense or them just that got hurt?
I think the worst problem is their fans. If their fans start talking them up like that, people would stop. You know how the championship team in basketball or football, they always get every team's best effort when they play them the next season. That's how it is. People want to beat Dallas so bad because of their fans that they're paying people. You know,
they in the talk of conversation because of Dallas.
Right.
Right. It sound like y'all hating. Is what it sounds like.
Well, you know, I'm with the Falcons, and we in the process.
Oh, is that why you're in trouble, Lamar? Because they lost Andy Dalton?
Yeah, you know, I'm a Falcons fan, man. You know.
Hey, look, hey, Thomas, in order for y'all to rebuild, y'all gotta have a foundation or something. What's y'all foundation?
They fixing Julio Jones, of course.
11.
Julio still, I think, top 3 receiver in the league. Imagine if somebody like Peyton Manning was throwing to Julio, you know. And Ryan ain't bad, but he just don't fit. That's why they're gonna draft a quarterback.
Julio, that's a good foundation, but I don't know if that's concrete. He might be made out of the best sand on earth. That might be sand from Egypt, but that sand breaks down a lot. So
they shouldn't have never got even though he's from Georgia, they shouldn't have got what's buddy name, the running back.
Todd Gurley.
They shouldn't have got him. He was already hurt when he was in, you know, when they had the Super Bowl, he didn't really play. He was hurt.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have got him. That was a waste of money.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't the answer. It wasn't the answer. But yeah, hey, Thomas, call back when we get back to the football, man. We're gonna get to it.
Well, let me respond about y'all talking about Brun too now.
Oh, okay.
See,
okay.
Brun
here we go.
I mean, they always saying, "Oh, it's the East. The East is weak. He ain't gonna do nothing if he go to the West Coast." And he did something. You know what I mean? It ain't like nobody. Now you can't win unless you got 2 superstars. You can't.
Let's get it right.
He took the Cleveland Cavaliers to the finals with nobody.
So should I go with this one, or you want to go? You want?
I'll let you start, and I close it out.
Okay, Thomas, I got a couple of questions for you, right? So you just bragged about LeBron on 2 things. One, what he did in the East, he did in the West, right? That's the first thing you bragged about, right?
That's right, because everybody said if he went to a stronger if he went to the West Coast, he's not going to dominate like that. He got to go to the Lakers, and you know,
gotcha.
It's not going to happen.
It's too easy. Too easy. I responded to that. And the second thing you said is that what was the second thing you said?
When he was in Cleveland,
he took nobody's.
The team to the finals with nobody.
Okay,
it was just LeBron, and he wasn't even in the league that long.
All right, good. So let me ask you a question. Coming out of the East, is there any other superstars who has taken teams with nobodies to the finals around LeBron's era?
No, not around LeBron's era, but I can look back at Allen Iverson.
Okay, so Allen Iverson took a team probably worse.
Matter of fact, I ain't gonna, they weren't as bad, but even for Toronto to do what they did when Kawhi Leonard went there, you didn't expect it. You didn't think they were gonna win.
They go
you would have said that Milwaukee is gonna win.
Okay, yeah, they go another. So Kawhi was able to go to a squad, take him to the championship out of the East. Boom, easy, right?
And actually win.
Allen Iverson was able to do it. Reggie Miller was able to do it with the Pacers. Allen Houston was able to do it with the Knicks. Jason Kidd was able to do it twice with the Nets. You see where I'm going with this?
Well,
coming out of the East is not that hard.
Now Jason Kidd is up there with like best point guards ever, but yeah, him and Allen.
Okay,
so you got to have a guard to get there.
Right, but it lets you know. But ain't neither one of them on LeBron level though, is he?
No.
All right, so there's nothing really to brag about LeBron coming out of the East.
Pound for pound, AI might be, man. That's my pound for pound pick.
He close because he's small. He can't just muscle his way like LeBron.
Exactly.
Some of LeBron is he just bully people. You gonna have to, a guard can't hold him.
Right. So LeBron getting out of the East with a team that he didn't have another superstar on is not that impressive when you see Allen Houston, Reggie Miller, Allen Iverson, and Jason Kidd all do the same thing. And Kawhi Leonard all did it as well. They all did it once. But all the other times that LeBron went out of the East to the championship, he had a super team or he had another superstar on his team, whether it was Miami or Cleveland. Am I right?
Now, when you look at the NBA now, you damn near got to.
Sure.
You're not going to win with one superstar. That's why Milwaukee is having trouble. Yeah, they good, but they just can't quite get over the hump. They don't got another superstar. Not that create their own, like a all-star superstar. They don't have one.
Right.
And that's why either they need to get him some help or he need to leave.
Yeah, you could say that. Or just keep playing ball and getting their money, because everybody's not trying to be what LeBron is trying to be. Everybody didn't come in the league saying I'm chasing a ghost. I want to be the best. I want to pass Michael Jordan. Everybody's not doing that. That's what LeBron is doing. Everybody else, like Dame Lillard, is like, look, man, that's dumb. Why turn down money for a legacy? I got a family to feed for generations after this.
Well, he probably, at this point with LeBron, the amount of money he's making off, everything else is really about playing for being the best. If you close enough to be called the GOAT or be in the GOAT conversation, it's worth playing for.
Yeah, but he can't be, because he's just not a better player than MJ or Kareem. Like only thing he can do is build a resume on paper. They don't make you a better player. They just make your resume better.
Well, then we'd have to take it back to the times in the NBA, like, hey, you could foul people then, and then they had the Kobe rules, and the NBA was more physical league. It wasn't a fast 3-point league. So really, it's hard to compare the two, because now it's a 3-point league. They would, back in the days, if you jacked up this many threes, you're out.
Facts.
That's true too.
But you're not fixing to do that. The league is going to, back then, the league is usually dominated by, 2 big men and a decent guard.
Right.
Twin towers, like maybe Dave Robinson and Buddy that played with him, but it was more of a big man league. Now, if you a big man and you can't shoot, look at the problems it causes. Or if you can't guard the perimeter, look at it just caused problems. Now we're gonna go back to y'all. Now we're gonna go back to y'all Warriors. The Warriors would still be probably top 3 teams in the league if they had Klay Thompson. He got to come back from a serious injury, so did KD, so did Kobe. They're going to be right back in the talk conversation. Klay Thompson, or not Klay Thompson, but your super shooter. He's still young, still the best shooter in the league. How they built that super team is a whole nother story, because when he was supposed to sign his contract, Curry, he was hurt. They got him for cheap, and that's how they built the super team around him.
That is true.
Matter of fact, he's about to be a free agent.
He had a bad ankle.
Matter of fact, I'm going to go back and touch on that a little bit more. And I'm not like trying to incite or start trouble, but you got to think about it. Mark Jackson is the one that built that team. He made it to the playoffs. Look how long they hadn't made it to the playoffs before that. Made it to the playoffs, winning percentage, everything. They fired him.
That's right. But there was something behind it, though. It was a lot behind it.
I know what's behind it. I just ain't gonna say
it. That was something about it.
Sometimes it's just unspoken. You know, I don't got to say it, but y'all know what's going on.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, man, I appreciate the call, man. Hey, stay tuned, man, and call back in when we get back to that football.
Right on.
All right, bro.
For sure, too.
brother. Good call.
Yeah. But I ain't want to bring the smoke to him. It would have been all day if I would have went. And then he kind of, with the LeBron stuff.
But off mic, I hope he's still listening. Nobody said LeBron could not win in the West this year, the year that he won in the West. Nobody said that.
That's fact. What did they say, Zoe? What did everybody say?
Everybody said he could not. They didn't say he couldn't win in the West. They what exactly? Hold on. They said that he could not do what he did in the East in the West, which was go to 8 straight final appearance, and he can't.
He can't go to 8 straight until he go to 8 straight. Then he can't do what he did in the West.
You can't.
Not.
Hey, Carlo, turn whatever you got in the background, turn it off if you're watching us, or mute it. It's echoing.
That he could not do.
Yeah, still echoing.
Hey, you still hear me? You hear me now?
Yeah. What's up?
Good.
Stay off the Dallas tip because we all know about Dallas. Dallas fans will be Dallas fans. Just like New Orleans fans will be New Orleans fans. I'm telling you right now, at the end of the day, you haven't won a championship since '95. That's cool. Y'all problem, the biggest problem with Dallas will be their owner. If you have an owner giving a speech before the game and after the game, I'm sorry.
Not disagreeing.
It's your owner.
I'm not disagreeing.
It's your owner.
Did you hear the press conference?
It's your owner. Hey, bro. Hey, man.
I'm not disagreeing.
Look. When the owners answering questions for players, I'm sorry.
No. Did you hear the press conference after they gave Dak the
how y'all doing, fellas?
What's up, Slim? Hey, did y'all hear the press conference after Dak got his money? What old boy said?
No, I didn't hear. What did he say?
I'm gonna wait to Corey. Hey, Corey, you on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So they asked Jerry about paying him his money, and he straight up came out and said, whenever I overpay for a player, it's always worked out. So pretty much he's saying, yeah, I overpaid for Dak. Yes, he did. Hey, Corey, am I lying? Corey.
So he did not say overpay.
He did say overpay. I heard. I'm about to find a clip.
When I pay for a player, and what he meant was that when he pays for a player, it always works out. And to be honest,
overpay, Corey. I'm gonna pull it up. After I get Slim and Mitch out the phone.
Receipt season is out.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up, Slim. What's up, Slim? Okay. What you got to say about before? You know what? As a matter of fact, I'll pull it up when we get to the football segment. We'll stick to basketball because we're all over the place. But what was you about to say, Slim?
That'd be some money paid on that.
Oh yeah, receipt season.
But hell, LeBron James, what y'all was saying about him again? Because he had teams in Cleveland.
He did have teams in Cleveland, but when you're talking to a LeBron fan, it's not worth it to argue if he had a squad or not. You just got to concede that, because if you tell them Larry Hughes averaged 20 points in Golden State before he got to LeBron, they're going to act like you're crazy, right? If you tell them that Big Z was an all-star and he was good, I don't want to get in an argument about if Big Z and Larry Hughes is actually good.
We bootleg Chris Brown coming out the bench.
Shannon Brown, not the gym.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Chris Brown.
So yeah, he didn't have horrible squads, and I think Allen Iverson's squad was worse.
He said,
"Yeah, they was."
He said, and I quote,
"That guy was a fool."
I overpay for most things that prove to be special.
Right, I overpay for most things, and it proves to be special. He said, when I pay a bargain for something, it usually turns out to be a bargain.
When they have proved to be special.
No, that's not what he said. He said when I overpay. No, forget that, because that ain't even no real quote. I'm going to
overpaid for most things that proved to be special. He thinks that already proved.
He said when I overpaid, He's talking about what he did in the past. I'm gonna pull it up, Corey. You want to hear it, or you want to read somebody type it up?
Hang it up. I gotta listen to the receipts.
All right.
Yeah.
All
right. I'm gonna pull it up, Corey. We'll get to it. I'm gonna pull it up, but let's finish this segment.
Okay, real quick. Lamar, the Hawks just won their 6th straight game, so no, it ain't time to blow it up. I think we got rid of getting rid of the coach did that, so that answers your question before we get too far lost in and don't think I forgot.
was it lightning in a bottle with Nate McMillan, or is this gonna be able to be continued?
Is he the answer?
I don't think he's the answer. I like Nate, but I think that his the things that were coming out about Lloyd Pierce afterwards. First and foremost, I'm all for the black coach, period, obviously. And this is why I got to go ahead and get started on Bird Dog Brave Talk, because the stuff that I was hearing about Lloyd Pierce being on conference calls with the NBA, bashing his point guard.
Really?
Yeah. So at first I was like, it was too soon. You got a young team. Why this early? But then, it could have been just, it could have just been that they did that. I think they beat the Rockets. They should have beat the Rockets. The Rockets lost 17.
Yeah, Rockets done lost about 18 straight, man.
They better have won. If I would have kept my mouth shut if they would have lost to the Rockets. But yeah. I don't think. I think the real reason, honestly, wasn't Lloyd Pierce's fault. Everybody who we signed this offseason, we overpaid for, number one. Number two, I think that the reason we overpaid for him is because we were trying to build a contender, but Gallinari got hurt. Bogdanovich got hurt. Right now, Chris Dunn ain't even played one game for the Hawks. See, he's supposed to be the backup point guard. We got Rondo playing big minutes. Cam Reddish hurt. DeAndre Hunter, who took a huge step this year, hurt. None of those guys are playing right now. And I think that is the reason that, we're a 500 team, but 500 in the East will still get you in the playoffs. So
that's one thing. That's one thing that you can never account for when you're building your team is injuries.
That's real.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they for it.
Speaking of the East, so Brooklyn played the New York Knicks last night.
They did,
and that's a New York rivalry, right? Everybody was excited. There was a little bit of controversy at the end of the game, but the Knicks they pulled it out. Julius Randle played good. However, according to NBA.com, remember I told you LA had the 3rd easiest record so far, or 3rd easiest strength of schedule.
Yeah,
the New York Knicks, who has the number 1 defense in the league, as far as how many points they're allowing, they have had the number 1 easiest strength of schedule, right? So and they're at 500, 20-20. So are they the real deal or no?
Real deal.
I think Julius Randle has proved that he's the real deal.
Yeah,
that's a good answer. I don't know if they are the real deal. They're better than we've probably seen them in the last 5 years, I would say. I think they got this. They got pieces. Randall is definitely he's shown his worth. And it's difficult because anytime somebody put up those type of numbers he putting up on a not so great team, it's always going to come into question what he would do on a team that's actually winning, especially because I didn't know they had the easiest schedule. But I think they're better, and I think they have something to build off of. Real deal as in they making the playoffs, possibly.
Right. Real deal. Are they a pretender or what? Are they playing 500 ball and the number 1 rated defense because they wasn't playing the tougher teams before the All-Star break?
Don't they have more wins now than they had all of last season?
Probably do.
Probably
They're playing real good. They're playing real good.
They look good doing it. That's the thing. Like the Knicks used to look like garbage,
They did.
So I think they'll make steps. I still think they are a piece away from really being a legitimate team, especially with the Nets in town. But Randall, I like the what's the young kid coming off the bench? I don't even know his name. Quickly. I like that dude. I like Quickly. I like Quickly. He fearless. He ready to shoot. And he's embraced that bench role, and he's been the spark off of it. So they got some pieces. I ain't seen enough of Obi yet to really to
he hasn't been able to stay on the court, man. You know what? I as far as moves, if they really serious, I would love to see them make a run at Bradley Beal. I really would. And maybe packaging something like RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, and maybe a draft pick would do it. You know,
you think,
and I would
so.
Mitchell Robinson, RJ Barrett, a draft pick, maybe another player to make the money right. Maybe.
Yeah, they have to make the money right, but they might. I mean, Brad is balling. They probably gonna ask for the king's ransom for that man, but that would be interesting to see. I mean, it'll be perfect to really put them in a position where they can make some noise. The Knicks will make some noise if they had Brad.
Make the Knicks great again.
All right. Hey, so here's the part we get to why I wish Kaz was on.
Oh man,
so
I have been restraining myself over the past couple of days. I said I'm going to save it for the show, but it was our group chat. I'm gonna start taking screenshots of the
screenshots. Hey, I be killing myself, bro. I'm gonna start eating that emoji, not the emoji, but the GIF with the popcorn dude eating the popcorn. Hey, y'all wild, bro. Watch that.
Bill say he wanted to stay.
He said he wanted to stay. He said they're not trading him. So I mean, and that's fair. But Bradley Beal, I mean, he say stuff like that. He say the right things. You know, he said he liked John Wall. So, you know, we all knew that. They were saying the right things, man. They said the right things, man. But so another thing, you know, I was on the NBA.com, you know, looking at the stuff, and you know, they had their mid-season grades, and you know, they had their power rankings, and then they also, you know, started talking about who the team to watch, who the team up and coming is, and who that team is to watch. And they said it was the Pelicans, right? And the interesting thing we've been talking about in the group chat all week is that it's fool's gold, and I see right through what they're trying to do. It's a certain play style that gets you straight notoriety, right? Giannis plays that play style. Ben Simmons plays that play style. Luka plays that play style. LeBron used to play it a lot, you know, not so much now. But it's pretty much the play style of I'm going to get the ball to my best player, and you know, he's just going to do damage from the top of the key to the paint, get into the holes, high screen and roll, whatever. And we're going to make him the focal point. And if everything, all the assists is going to come off of him, and we're just going to have shooters hitting shots, blah, 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 blah. And it worked for Luka. It got him into like everyone's calling him a superstar because he keep getting these triple doubles because he always has the ball. Of course, he can score, so he's going to get double-digit points. And if everyone's shot comes off of your pass, of course, you're going to get double-digit assists. And if you're 6'6" or above, it's not hard for a league that shoots 50 to 63 pointers a game for you to get a long rebound. It ain't like you in the trenches battling Dennis Rodman and Shaq for a rebound these days. The rebounds are coming outside the paint. It's real easy to get double-digit rebounds these days, right? So triple doubles in some people's eyes that don't study the game automatically say this guy's a superstar. He's getting triple doubles, right?
Facts.
So I say all that to say this: watching Zion and the Pelicans now, they are letting him bring the ball up, and they're treating him like Ben Simmons and Giannis, but they're not doing it exclusively. They do it like 10 to 15 times a game because they still got a pure point guard in Lonzo Ball, and you know, they're still trying to utilize him, but you see him shooting more threes now. They're going to transition to a point to where Zion is going to be playing just like Giannis. And what that's going to do is bring him forward, make him more marketable, and put him in a superstar stratosphere with tons of stats. And that's what they're trying to do. The NBA wants Zion to be a superstar. The Pelicans want Zion to be a superstar. and they're about to manufacture him. They forced him in the All-Star game. They tried to force him in the dunk contest. They forced him in the bubble last year. Their team shouldn't even got a chance at the bubble last year.
Gosh.
But they just wanted him so bad. The NBA wants Zion to be a superstar. What do you say to that? Now they're saying that they're the team to watch.
Corey, you want to go?
Yeah, I do.
All right, go ahead, bro.
You know, I like Zion. I think he's a phenomenal athlete. I do.
So is Antonio Gates. Go ahead.
I agree. I agree 100%. I do. But I just don't. I mean, it's gonna be hard to make him be what everybody wants him to be, because for one, I don't think he got the ball handling skills to bring the ball up the court like that. The guys that you mentioned that before, Giannis, Luka, those cats can handle the basketball. Zion is not really a ball handler like that. That's not his thing. He's a power guy.
They're gonna make it. They're gonna make him do it.
He's a power guy. So I mean, look, I think New Orleans. Hey, remember last year I said the Lakers traded all their talent to New Orleans, and then you put Zion down there, and they're gonna make a playoff. I think they may sneak into an 8 seed, right? Maybe.
I doubt it, but not in the West.
No.
I don't think.
I said sneak. I said sneak.
They ain't even
they
ain't even snip. They ain't even close to 500 basketball right now. They're not sniffing.
And they are not going to be a 500 basketball team. Excuse me, with him playing a point forward. That's just not his thing.
That's simple as that. That's as simple as you could have put it right there, Corey.
Well, hold on. When Giannis first came in the league, was that his thing, or did he have to work at it to get it?
No, I think Giannis been doing that since he was 10.
Yeah, he was a point guard overseas. I know because we tried to draft him, but they Milwaukee picked like one or two picks before us, and we ended up picking Dennis Schroeder that year. We needed a point guard, and we was going to let him do the same thing that he's doing in Milwaukee. But Corey said it best. For two reasons. Number one, Zion, you are his only right now, I'm not saying it can't change. His only elite skill right now is his athleticism. That's his only elite skill, if you want to call, because some people don't call athleticism a skill, but he's a power player. He's elite
when he leaves the grind.
I like the way he finished around the rim too.
Yeah, right? finishing.
Yeah. He got more touch and more layup package than Blake Griffin did at this.
He does because Blake was dunking everything back then.
What if I said this though?
What's up?
He's Zach Randolph that can jump.
No, Zach Randolph was a real post player.
He could really handle the ball though.
Yeah,
Zach Randolf can handle the ball too. I don't know what he is.
Yeah,
well, he about to be honest. They seen the blueprint. They saying, man, Luka is now a superstar, and everybody's talking about him. Giannis is a superstar. Everybody's talking about him. Ben Simmons was almost there, but that jump shot failed him too much. Yeah. And that's the blueprint for the NBA. We have to have the ball in his hand and let him make the decision, because him driving to the hole is a real threat, right?
It is.
And if you're trying to double to stop that, I can always pass. He's good enough to pass the ball and make some of those passes that Luka and LeBron makes and Giannis makes, right? So he's not a bad passer at all.
No, he's
right?
not.
So it's working a little bit, but I'm just saying I know why they're doing it. It's not their best opportunity to win. It's two things. One, they need to market him, and so does the NBA. And two, they know that we're not going to get what we want out of him with him off the ball, because he's not a post player. He's not a shooter. So only thing we go use him for is slashing and fast breaks and alley oops. No, we don't want that.
He'll never be a star like that. But my problem is when you have guys like you mentioned him earlier, Lonzo, pure point guard. He's definitely while you stupid,
that star crunch on his neck.
Star crunch, man. But you got Lonzo Ball. But most importantly, you got Brandon Ingram, who really has the skill set to be that star. And
that's where they need to run their starting through.
That's exactly what I was about to say. They have to, if they want to do more than just have Zion on highlights.
We can't have two stars though.
Brandon Ingram ain't selling tickets like Zion. They have to market Zion. They have to. And what I don't like about this is when you're the best player on the team, you don't get locked in a play style that only you can play and make everybody on your team adjust to you. Right? That's not what Michael Jordan did. Michael Jordan he put in the triangle offense for that to fit with everyone else, and he made Michael Jordan get in where he fit in with the triangle. But because Michael Jordan can play in any offense because his skill set is transferable, right? But when high screen and roll is your skill set and that's it, and driving to the hole is your skill set, then that means you got to turn everyone else into shooters. Because if there's no hole to drive to if someone's in the paint.
That's true. They got to move out the way.
This makes sense.
So what? So for the foreseeable future, until Zion, because Zion, he's not at the level of Luka or Giannis as far as his ball. He's just not there. So it's gonna be rough.
They gotta play Portland tonight. I can't wait to see how that CJ McCullough coming back tonight too.
Oh, see, and against the good teams, like they'll live with Zion doing it. If it means Brandon Ingram is now he's a catch and shoot guy now. But see, this thing is weird because they blew the Clippers out. Right now, they beating Portland by 9, right? So it's weird on how they did it because last game they blew the Clippers out, right? Embarrassing win. But this is the thing: Lonzo Ball was hot. He hit 3 threes in the first quarter and a jump shot from the elbow, all in the first quarter. And then Brandon Ingram got hot the second quarter. Okay.
Zion was still doing his stuff like, slashing, getting dunks, catching alleys, right?
Not rebounding because he only had 2 boards that game, right?
He only had 2 rebounds, right? So which is horrible.
But how the hell you that big and got 2 rebounds,
bro? I don't know. So what happened is after they had that huge lead, like maybe 15-point lead, all of a sudden Zion started bringing the ball up. So it's almost like they're trying to slowly but surely bring them into it, but they don't want to rely on it yet. Okay. Right. So so they ran a regular kind of offense at the beginning, but once they got the lead, they started letting Zion do his thing, right? So I don't know if they sold on it being their main thing yet.
All right.
So I got it, Zoe.
What's up?
Karl Malone trying to play point forward.
Well, that's LeBron.
Melvin ain't gonna kill you. Gonna kill you.
Zion got 10 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds right now. He balling. I might have as soon as we finish with this. I want y'all to start watching it.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
And just watch it with that mindset of I want to see how they're implementing Zion into a point forward.
I haven't been watching. I started watching once we started talking about it in the group chat. I said, let me look at some of these games, but I'm gonna watch it live tonight. Let's see what they're doing.
Yeah, but as far as the team to watch, you can't be 17-22. I get that they're playing better ball now, so maybe that's what they was thinking about. But I'm looking at a team in Charlotte who's actually in the playoff hunt, and man, they playing good and they beating some good teams, man, and they've been playing consistently good for at least the last 8 games.
Yeah,
with the Pelicans, they up and down.
So,
I might go to that game. They played the Hawks on the 11th.
Did you see how Emma's eyes sparkled when he said this? He said Charlotte.
Hey, listen, they put everybody on that team from what I've seen.
He's been waiting to say that for 6 years.
But they balling. LaMelo is playing.
Yeah.
He been playing good ball.
Okay.
But
Sean Kemp,
maybe
Sean Kemp is way more athletic than Zion is, though. Sean Kemp touched the top of the backboard, man. But
it's no comparison for a dude that's 290 and 6'6". That's there's really no comparison. Yeah,
it's really not.
Honey buns.
Some big dude, man. That man is
in shape now, though. Sean Kemp was 6'11" with long arms, played defense, block shots, rebounds. Zion's not playing no defense or rebounding.
And that's
Zion is dunking.
That's crazy to me. How many? I got to look him up, but because it's just crazy to me that the dude that athletic. I thought his niche
How
in the
tall
beginning.
is he?
He's
6'6". No, he's 6'7" now. He's 6'7".
Okay.
I think
6'7"?
the only comparison I can think of
Charles Barkley
is Brandon Bass. But Brandon Bass even had a jump shot.
He did.
He's a big but it's the thing. If Zion played early 2000s, I mean, he still be a beast, man, because his highlights is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But you had to play basketball back then.
Yeah, you like the big dude, even the husky, like Big Baby. He had a skill set. He could hit the mid-range jump shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You know, guys back then, they really had to. Athleticism is great. I mean, that's just a gift. Right. He's gifted. His is great. But if you don't have another something, you know what I'm saying?
Right. In order for you to be the number one player and the best player on your team and a franchise player, you had to be able to score like at will. Like, and you know what I'm saying? You had to be able to score at will to build a squad around you, right?
Yep.
So people like Zion in the mid to late 90s, early 2000s, they were specialists. Like, they was coming off the bench. There was cornerstones over there. There was like Anthony Masons and Brandon Bass and Rodney Rogers. They wasn't the number one player. Number one players was people who could score uncontrollably, like just with their eyes closed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you just didn't get the title with just dunking.
You can't be that guy. Like, I was looking at his shot chart the other day, and which is cool. His efficiency is off the charts, but everything is under the cup.
I saw
everything. Everything is under the cup. Big Baby, he was more skilled. Big Baby was more skilled than Zion. And I think that I'm not saying it's never gonna happen, but I am saying that it's not there yet. You said I don't know.
I'm saying no time soon. Let's think about just basic human life, right? After a while, you start to age and those things start to go away. Ooh. You start to be able to jump like that. You understand what I'm saying? That starts to go away. Then what? He don't really have a shot, right? Not really. No, he can't really handle the ball like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what else is he gonna do?
Develop a post game?
He's 6'6". He's 6'6", 290. I mean, the thing that makes him a force in the NBA right now, and this is what I would think, right? This is what I think of why you would use is that you have all this athleticism right now. Why is he not playing in the post? Why is he not down there blocking shots? He can be contesting shots. You're not going through him. That's not happening. Not as big as he is. You're not going through him.
He's big,
huge.
He's a monster, man.
And he can jump out of the gym. Coming down low with that type of cat down there, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody even wants to do that. But like I said, he's not playing defense. And then when he's on offense, right? I mean, you know what's about to happen. He going to the hole.
Yeah, that's what.
So can you blame New Orleans for saying, "Hey, look, we're better if Zion's getting his and he can't get his off the ball, so y'all just gonna have to figure out how to be shooters and help him spread the floor and let him drive from the top of the key over to the hole," because it seemed like he can get to the hole like that, you know. But what happens when they get in the playoffs and the team say, "We're gonna do you exactly like we did Giannis and just back off and build a wall. If y'all want him to be a point forward, okay, cool. Guess what? Shoot threes.
You're gonna lose.
Yeah, they're gonna lose, and they're gonna lose. They're gonna do that to Zion sooner rather than later if that's why they choose to play.
Yeah, it's. But right now they still up 7. Well, they up 5 on in the first quarter. So
okay,
it's working.
They're doing their thing. All right, man. So, hey, y'all turn away in, man. Y'all can call in and give us y'all thoughts on the New Orleans Pelicans. Man. Are they the team to watch, or is it somebody else? And is Zion, is he the next superstar in the league? You may call. Boy, Cass would have a ball with this one, boy.
He can go back and listen.
Cass would have a ball with this one. I can see Cass now, boy.
Face red.
Hey, hold up.
Face red, angry.
Oh man, that's my dog, man.
Yeah, I wish Cass was watching right now.
Cass is funny.
Oh
man. We'll move on. Now we get the football, Corey. We're almost done. Now we get the football.
So it was a big topic of discussion in the chat today as well in our group chat.
Right.
The New England Patriots and the off-season acquisitions that they signed today. So I saw where you and Cass were going back and forth about the tight end.
Right.
And I was reading it the entire time. And I only said one thing about the entire conversation. They go and they signed 2 tight ends. They signed 2 tight ends that are pretty good, like pretty good tight ends. You know what I mean? Like good, solid tight ends, right? And that's just them going back to what they know. That's all it is. It's you've got a tight end that has a lot of athleticism, and then you go sign a big brute force. Is that not Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski? Is that not what that is? That's exactly what it is. I hope that makes things easier for Cam. I hope so.
He need an O-line in the run game too.
Sonny Michel is a good runner. He was hurt last year. He got hurt. He got dinged up. You know what I mean? He's hurt. The O-line could definitely need some improvement. Maybe they will address it in the draft. Maybe that's their whole outlook on life.
Didn't they? This is gonna bother me because I don't have my phone right here.
Hold on, I'll look real quick.
They acquire. I think they got oh man, I think they got picked up one. I know they addressed some defensive holes too. They got but I think they got one O lineman, a solid O lineman too. But I mean, one's still not enough because Cam can't he can't be taking the hits that he was taking consistently.
Trent Brown.
That's who it was. Trent Brown. So they did address a little bit. I think they still need to do some stuff in the draft though. But
yeah, I agree.
And I agree. Look, I like the Hunter Henry pickup. Me too.
Me too.
Hunter
I like both. I like Henry and Smith.
Those guys. That was a great. That was a great signing.
Hunter Henry. I don't understand why LA would let him go.
Who else do they have? Do they have another tight end?
I don't know.
Like that, because
that don't make no sense.
The point of the offense, and I think with a young quarterback like Herbert, you need
a solid tight end, and I don't understand why they would let him go. One thing
I know Herbert Pierce.
Yeah, I would unless where are they drafting?
Oh,
hey, we I don't know, but we'll do a draft show.
We got to do that. Yes, we got to. I promise you that is a green light for them to sign Kyle Pitts from Florida.
Whew.
That's the only logical explanation for letting go of Hunter Henry.
Yeah.
Is he that cold?
Yes.
No, I gotta check him out.
Yes. Yeah. For his size, he's 6'6", 250. He's gonna run you about a low 4.6, high 4.5 40. And dude is like a wide receiver playing tight end. It's unfair. He even looked like a big wide receiver.
Yeah, look like.
But he can block a little bit too. He don't mind getting dirty.
How would you compare him to Waller?
Exactly the same.
He is like Darren Waller.
The same dude.
Maybe a little more athletic. Maybe.
Wow. Yeah, I gotta check this out. I've been missing out on that.
Yeah, man. Trust me. He played Florida this year, and he just did. I mean, we hit him and hurt him for the game, but just turn on the tape. Kyle Pitts, man, he dominated all the defense. He tried bracket coverage on them. They play him everywhere, inside, outside, as a wide receiver. It was unfair.
Just to put it into perspective, I think he had Alabama for like 120 and a touchdown or two.
So check this out. So 79 they was last year. Patriots was. Cam missed a couple of games for COVID. You know, of course, they had 12 opt-outs, most of them on the defensive end. You know, Patrick Chung wasn't there. They missing a lot of stuff, man. No OTAs, really. Cam learning the playbook, all that crazy stuff, right? And it was 79. And quite early before the COVID hit, you know, he almost beat Seattle. Cam did. There was another game after that where they was making a drive for a game winner and he fumbled. You know, so, you know, they could have beat some good teams. That's the same game?
Yeah.
No, I thought one of them he got stopped at the goal line.
They had them beat. That's the game. They had them beat.
No, it was a week. The week after that, he was running, and he had the first down. And
he fumbled there. It was like at the 20. It was just going into red zone.
Yeah.
Yes, going into red zone. You're right.
And then after that, they had the COVID, and then everything fell apart after that.
It wasn't the same after that.
With all of that being said, 79, now they're getting those 12 opt-outs back and these free agent signings. Do you see them being a playoff team this coming season?
A wild card team, yes, absolutely. They still don't have enough to beat Buffalo.
Maybe not.
Yeah, Buffalo. Listen, if Buffalo takes the step that I think they're gonna take,
Buffalo was about half a quarter away from being in the Super Bowl. Remember, Kansas City in that AFC Championship game, towards the end of the game, they kind of started to lay an egg.
Yeah, they started the falter, definitely.
Remember that. So Buffalo just couldn't capitalize on the opportunity. I think they grow, right? Are they a Super Bowl contender? I mean, you have to look at it. You have a good young quarterback, right? You have a solid run game. You have a solid offensive line. You have a true number one receiver with some receivers around him, and you have a solid defense.
Crazy defense.
Solid defense. And them cats are young and they're hungry. You know what I'm saying? They saw what it feels like to be there. They're gonna be there for a minute. Does New England have what it takes to beat them now?
Look, either they get better or they take a step back. A lot of these young teams, like the Rams or whoever else, San Francisco, they get a taste of that thing, and it's almost like they catch lightning in a bottle that first year. Like, oh shoot, we got something, and then when it don't work out, they lose. It all depends on who your leader is.
Yeah,
you're right. You know, so let's take for instance with the Rams, right? The Rams had the one good season where Gurley was hot, everything, right? Once Gurley got hurt, they kind of fell off a little bit, right? Because Jared Goff is not really that type of quarterback. You got good receivers.
We see that now.
But do. You see that he's not really that great of a quarterback.
Neither is Garoppolo.
Now, nobody had more injuries in the NFL. The San Francisco almost lost all of their players week 2 in New York.
That's true.
They lost everybody. You know what I mean? So, I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is the answer in San Francisco either. I think they're gonna draft the quarterback. I think they will. I think they're gonna draft Trey Lance from North Dakota State. That's who I think they're gonna draft.
Boy got a cannon.
I don't think Garoppolo is the answer. But now, right now, New England, because all the talk was like Garoppolo going back to New England with Belichick, right? Now Belichick can pull the trigger and sign Cam. So we're gonna do with Garoppolo now? Because Garoppolo is making money in San Francisco. So you're not drafting a quarterback in the first round if your quarterback is making that much money, unless you're stupid like Green Bay.
Oh, unless you're stupid like Philly. Hold on, Corey. Let me take this call. Slim, what's up?
Y'all knew they should have leave me out on top of my 49ers like that. On top of my 49ers like that. Jimmy was healthy. They made it to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
True.
Jimmy the guy? Is Jimmy the guy?
Yeah, the guy. The one season he was healthy, made it to the Super Bowl.
That's the whole problem, though.
Yeah, listen to what you just said. The one season he was healthy. He been there 3 seasons.
But he was hurt 2 of them.
All right, so what is that telling you? Like,
don't mean he's gonna be hurt a third.
You gotta start looking. You gotta at least start looking. You gotta start.
I mean, I'm just saying, if he there.
Hey man, first thing I check for toughness, man. If your quarterback got mousse in his hair and the slick back, Yeah,
Then he got them women.
He probably can't take no hit, man.
You're a tough cat if you got women.
Hey, and remember,
I ain't gonna do
it's not like he was healthy in New England either.
Right. Speaking of New England,
yeah, women in New England.
Speaking of New England, what you got to say about New England? They're a playoff team, you think now, or what?
Yeah, y'all saying that. I mean, with Buffalo, they don't have to beat Buffalo to get in the playoffs. They only play Buffalo twice.
Right.
They go 14-2, and Buffalo could lose to the Jets or some shit.
I think Belichick can split with Buffalo. I mean, just if look, he get his
just
defense
off being
back.
Bill Belichick.
Just off being Bill.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I like Sean McDermott in Buffalo too. He ain't no slouch. He can game plan too, but I like Bill, man. He can, I still like Bill.
Ain't McDermott a Belichick? A Belichick.
I don't know. He was in Carolina in the Super Bowl year. Remember, he was the defensive coordinator for Carolina.
Those Belichick disciples, those offsprings from Bill, man.
One of them offsprings, man. Hey, they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
He come from his balls. He come from his tree.
And can't nobody from his tree beat him.
Yeah.
Not consistently. Not consistently.
Yeah, I think they get back to.
So. I don't know, man. I don't think it's just gonna be so easy for Buffalo to just jump out there and kind of duplicate what they did or better.
Man.
With
now they 2 years away from being 2 years away. Even though that was my team this year, they 2 years away from being 2 years away.
Hey, man, you both picked them to beat Kansas City. I knew Kansas City was gonna get knocked off. I knew they was gonna get knocked off. I thought Buffalo was gonna be the one to do it though.
They had the 49er blueprint. Remember that.
It was hot, and a lot of people think that Josh Allen should have won the MVP.
Nah, Josh Allen. Josh Allen shouldn't have won no MVP. Nah, he did.
Look at them numbers he put up, and look where they went.
Him do good, but he didn't do good. Him do good, but him didn't do gooder than Aaron Rodgers, man.
I don't know, man. He said him do good. Him do good.
You on life, bro.
Hey.
On life.
But absolutely,
best quarterback in Texas. Shit.
Dak Prescott.
Nah, I'm lying.
I'm taking Andy Dalton on that one.
Andy Dalton went to the Bears today. He went to the Bears today.
He did.
What does that do for the Bears?
So listen, he's the starter.
Yeah, Mitch gone.
He's the starter.
What?
Wow,
that's crazy. You know what? Andy Dalton has proven to be a serviceable.
Not last year.
Serviceable dude. Listen, he started off bad, but remember they went on that stretch. Now nobody wants to talk about how the defense all of a sudden learned how to then went plus 11 with turnover ratio. Nobody wants to talk about that. But Andy Dalton played solid football in that last 5 games.
He did. Keep in mind, he knows how to be a starter. He may not going to be
credit for not falling.
He's a pro.
Yeah, he's a pro.
I'm gonna tell you what's scary the most in that division now. The Redskins signed Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's
tragic.
That scares me.
8 games, he's the best quarterback you ever seen in your life.
That scares me.
He might stay the starter the whole season. There's nobody behind him. Like everywhere else he went, there was somebody behind him.
Heineke, listen to me. Heineke played good football. He took Alex Smith. Alex Smith had a hurt calf, right? And it was on that bad leg, and they were scared. But the reason that they never put Alex Smith in the playoff game, because it's go for broke in the playoff game, is Heineke was playing good football.
He played well. He's an ODU guy too.
You've got this journeyman quarterback that's been on every team in the AFC, right? But he started for every team in the AFC.
He really
had. You understand what I'm saying? But you got this young quarterback. I don't know what – I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick is there to win right now. We a year or two away from Heineke being ready to be the starter for years to come. Well, who better to bring in than Ryan Fitzpatrick to
So you think they can win that division?
They won it last year.
Yeah, but that got hurt though.
He did get hurt, but they beat Dallas with that. Remember that.
That defense is crazy.
Gibson ran all over Dallas. All over.
I remember that.
Yes. Ran all
What are y'all
over.
doing so far to get better?
Who? The Cowboys?
Yeah.
Nothing in free agency. They signed CJ Godwin. Corner. That's all they've signed so far. But this is what I'm saying. Like, they've been tied to guys, right? But this is what I've been saying. Like, so the Cowboys did exactly what I said they should do, Melvin. All them offensive linemen and DeMarcus Lawrence, they restructured their contracts and opened up a whole bunch of cap room. So now the Cowboys signed Dak for all that money, and they got money on the other end, and they ain't signed nothing with it.
Not yet. Doing that draft, dog.
Yeah, I hope they ain't relying on the draft. But okay, so I'm looking at what the Patriots did, right?
They nice.
I'm looking at what the Patriots did, right? So Hightower, linebacker, coming back. Chung coming back, good safety. Is he playing corner or he's playing safety still? Playing safety?
Safety.
Yeah.
Then they get Mills from Philly. I like Mills.
I like Mills too.
So he's a serviceable corner. Listen,
he is.
I never will get over Amari Cooper running that slant on him and crossing his ass over and him falling flat on his back.
Yeah,
but
I mean, that's a bad highlight.
Serviceable corner. That's a bad highlight to have. He's
not as bad as that play. He's not as bad as that play. He was stumbling all over the place.
He crossed the
grand fine by Amari Cooper right now for that deal
bullshit. Who else they pick up? So you got they got another DB that's good. That's a good pickup. Chung's coming back, Hightower's coming back, and they picked up a
DN or a linebacker or both.
Both they did, but I just can't remember. I don't know.
Any good?
Well, I don't know him by name. You know, one of the name I can't pronounce. It sounds like a
must not be good.
No. It sounds like a Louisiana name. One of those Creole. Yeah, with an X at the end of it. You know.
He's a 5-star.
Devon Godchild. I don't know how to say it.
Gacho?
Oh,
Gacho.
They did sign Gacho.
Yeah.
And then
you're gonna got your ass to the Super Bowl.
Right. And they did sign Matthew Judon. Matthew Judon can play.
Yeah, Judon can play.
He can play. Listen, they got better. There's no question about it. They got better. And they will be in that hunt for that division. Will they win that division?
Yeah. Hey, so this department,
you got your division by getting Gacho.
You're right. This department and Cass was arguing about.
Okay.
With Aguilar, I like the Aguilar pickup, and Cass was like, well, they could have got Galladay, and I'm like, well, I mean, you get what fit you, and what they trying to do with them tight ends. I think a speedster, might do better than what a possession. I mean, Galladay got some speed too, but he's not a speedster like Aguilar.
Yeah.
They got a big possession receiver. Y'all keep forgetting this. What's his name?
N'Keal Harry.
N'Keal Harry.
Yeah.
N'Keal Harry is a good possession receiver.
I forgot about him.
They have N'Keal Harry. You got Aguilar. So that's his problem. Aguilar drop a lot of passes. He's fast.
He's fast.
He's a what?
And he had a breakout with Las Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah. Breakout with Las Vegas.
He had a great year.
He don't kill nobody.
Dropped a couple passes. Last year, last year he forgot that he drops passes, and he caught a lot of passes last year, and that's great. You know what I'm saying? But it got him some money this time. But this time, N'Keal Harry hasn't yet to produce himself as a number one. He's a big, strong dude. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of like Corey Davis. Corey Davis is not Tennessee. He's just a big, gifted dude. Right, but Nelson Aguilar will probably take some pressure off of you. And once you get Julian Edelman running around in the slot with these two tight ends and the 3 receivers running around, they okay. N'Keal Harry don't suck ass. He just, look who was throwing him the football. A dude that didn't know the offense. His number,
that's going to be a
drops in the league. Yeah, he dropped a lot of passes, man.
But you know what that also means? That also mean they kept.
They throw him a lot of passes. They throw him a lot of passes. It's true.
He must be getting open You know what I mean?
Who's the dummy though? Throwing the ball to the boy that can't catch.
Hey man, if you open, I'm throwing it to you. I ain't even thinking about. I ain't thinking about results. Nah.
I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
you can't catch. Hey, this basketball. You can't shoot, and you wide open in the corner. Are you passing to him?
Hey, you
Hell
can't.
No.
Hey, you can't have 5 or 6 people running to try to take your head off, and you got 4 seconds to throw it, and you look at a guy open and say, "Nah, he can't. Player. He can't catch. Let me find somebody else." Nah, you ain't doing that.
Throw it to your best player.
Yeah,
Dante Cunningham did it all his life. Culpepper, I was about to say Cunningham. Dante Culpepper did his whole career in Minnesota. Everybody else open. Fine 84. Chris Carter, Hall of Fame on the team. I'm cool. Throw it the ball as far as you That's can. How you kill the Cowboys.
Hey, but so N'Keal Harry, I don't know if they're gonna re-sign James White. I don't know what they're gonna do about that. Don't know what they're gonna do in the draft either.
Yeah.
They could get anybody in the draft. I might run running back for him.
Well, that's true. Whoever said that, that's very true. DeAndre Hopkins catch all the passes downfield, and Mike Thomas catch 3-yard slants. So if you dropping 3-yard passes, then there's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't never catch nothing more than 10 yards down the field. Later, Slim.
All right, Slim.
All right, Slim.
Nah, but you know, it ain't a
Oh, that's Cass.
Oh, that's Cass right there.
Cass, what up, baby?
Hey, Cass, but look, so you know, Michael Thompson and Hopkins is like the top.
Yeah,
they're
the upper echelon of receivers.
I don't know if Michael Thompson. What was he last year?
Yeah. He went last year. But
so
you know,
you catch 160 passes the year before that, and then you come back the next year and score and catch 24. But you were upper echelon and wide receiver.
I'm not doing.
I'm just saying.
But my point is in name at least, you know, and in game.
We all know who Michael Thomas is.
Yeah, in name.
Absolutely. Yes, he broke a record. Got it.
What's up, Cass?
Yeah. My bad, fellas. I would have been on tonight, but Corey and Mel, I want to talk to y'all two offline. Something happened to me at work, so.
Okay, no doubt.
Okay, got you. No problem. Got you.
No. All right. But on a real though, the main reason I say Michael Thompson, DeAndre Hopkins, even though you say a 3-yard slant, how many people be so scared to crutch that slant going across the middle? I don't care what nobody say, you still, you know, catching the slant sometimes is the hardest pass to actually catch when you're meeting up with a DN or a linebacker. Seriously, you know, and that's the only reason I say that.
It does. It takes the toughness to be able to do it.
You got to be tough to do it. I agree.
But the DN that they signed made the Pro Bowl the last 2 years. I can't think of his name, but he made the Pro Bowl the last 2 years. And the linebacker they got, didn't he come from the Titans?
Yeah.
No, Miami. They got the linebacker from Miami,
right?
And the DN from the Titans.
Tight end came from Tennessee.
Yes.
Yeah. Yo. I want you to finish this comment, but your Pelicans is smacking Portland right now.
No, I'm watching the game. I've been watching the game the entire time. And Zion has been featured. Zion has been featured.
Let me turn this game off.
Hey,
go ahead,
man. Cass take New Orleans sports serious, boy. He don't be playing around with
he
do.
And Zo got his Pelicans hat.
No. I was like, brother, you took the picture with the hat on the goddamn banner.
You did. Yes, posted the pic. I got that
hat. No, but you see that banner that's behind Zo right now? Was the banner above the hat, or was the hat on the other banner? Because when I look at that picture, I see the Georgia banner right behind the hat. So what was I doing? I don't know.
Oh no, you had the banner sitting on my Pelicans. You had the Pelicans hat on the Pelicans banner.
But look what's right behind the hat though.
Oh, I didn't.
Is that Georgia banner?
Georgia banner. I need.
Yo, let's get into the talk then. With the did y'all already have to talk about the NBA?
Yeah, we did, man. We missed it, man. We wanted you on that one for sure, man. But
I was on the phone with this colonel, man.
But you can comment on that. So this is what I said. Oh man, we said a lot, man, and you would have loved that conversation, Kaz, man. We hate you missed it, right. But pretty much what we said is that, or what I said is that they're manufacturing a superstar, and that's why they're deciding to give Zion more on ball duties with ball handling and driving to the hole, because they see that it works with Giannis, Ben Simmons, Luka, with having your best player with the rock all the time, and they want to kind of do that for Zion. And the NBA foreshadows what they're trying to do. They've been talking about Zion all year. They've been trying to force him in the dunk contest. Last year they forced him in a bubble when his team didn't deserve to be in a bubble, because they didn't have a record to be invited. But they changed the rules so he can play. They forced him in the All-Star game when he didn't deserve it. Devin Booker did. So they're trying to make Zion a star.
Oh, come on, man. Wait. I got to slap you up on that one, bro. Come on, brother, man. Come on, brother, man. Wait. I was waiting. I was listening. I was good until, because, bro, I literally listened to Gilbert Arenas' argument. Gilbert Arenas literally was just saying, oh, records shouldn't be, included in All-Stars because it's for the best players at their position. And then literally went after and said, well, you got Zion and Devin Booker with identical records, but one person is the fourth seed and the other. I'm like, bruh.
They didn't have identical records.
Just said throw the records out, and I was like, bruh, shut up.
Well, they didn't have identical records, though.
No. Stats. Zion averaging 26 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Keep in mind, since Zion been doing what he's been doing, he's been averaging over is like 5 point something assists per game since he's been doing what he's doing. All right, let me just put that out there. So his assists been going up.
Why? Because they changed the play style. But go ahead.
Yeah, they're changing so he can actually, like you say, so he can be featured.
Right.
And it's a learning thing, Mel. So I don't want to say you're manufacturing a superstar. No, you're trying to see what works. And I don't like the saying of manufacturing something, because it kind of makes it seem that you're forcing something instead of experimenting with the lineup.
But the NBA is doing it though.
Wait, let me just say this one thing. If anybody looked at the game against the Timberwolves, the team outside of Zion shot 30%.
Right.
That's not winning basketball. So you was like, oh, they're trying to force. Zion went 9 of 13.
Well, hold on, Kaz. Of course, Zion's gonna go 9 of 13. All his points are layups and dunks, right? So listen, right. If you're a superstar, right, and this is just my definition. If you're a superstar, that means you can't be stopped as a scorer, and you can score from so many different areas, right? So scoring isn't an issue. Right. So, but what I keep hearing with Zion is the team is not going to be successful unless his teammates are scoring at a high clip. So what's the point of we giving Zion the title of the main guy and the superstar, but we're relying on his teammates for scoring?
Wait, did I ever say Zion was a superstar?
No. Well, okay, so you didn't say that, but no one has ever said in the history of sports.
I got a question.
Hey, Michael Jordan's teammates didn't shoot well. That's why they lost. No one's ever said. Have you ever said that? Have you? It's kind of weird that I
was like 8 years old, so no, I wasn't as fluent in basketball when Jordan was playing. Look, Mel, I'm a little bit more cognizant of the game now, and I could say one thing about Zion, Mel, and it's off with the debate. I literally have to start the text by saying, Mel, no debate. This is just an observation. Literally, you like the debate. But my whole thing with Zion hasn't even played 70 games yet in his NBA career. He's still finding himself. He's 20 years old. Let's keep that in mind. He just turned 20, right? Mm-hmm. Zion is a young player.
If he take away.
Yeah, he a little full. My dude a little full, but
he look better now.
Yeah, he is. Him and my man Luka playing himself in shape. that's another discussion with Mel, because I see you've been easing off the Luka hate. But anyways, but Zion and the Pelicans are a young team outside.
Hey, he don't never thought that Luka hate when I be on the phone though. No better than that.
Outside of JJ Redick and and Eric Bledsoe, the next oldest is Steven Adams. He's 27. Everybody else, the young stars, Brandon Ingram, 22. Josh Hart, 24. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 23.
Right, but my question is, what did that say about your main guy? If the success of the team revolves around how well the others are shooting. If I have others, see this thing. When you have a main guy, it's usually a Durant or Kobe or Curry, and when they don't shoot well, the team usually plays bad, right? Right. So you have one pressure on the superstar who's getting paid all the money, but the way you're talking about it is, hey, if the others don't shoot well, we don't have a superstar that can say, man, y'all playing like crap, I'm taking over. That's the thing. That's the thing about Durant, Kobe, and Jordan. They was always one step away from turning the switch on and taking over. The coaches held them back and said, look, play team ball, run the offense. But whenever the offense wasn't working, that's
when in basketball though, Mel.
Well, hold on. They played team ball, and then when the teammates was shooting bad, guess what happened? Your superstar turns it on and say, I'm getting 50 tonight. You remember when Kobe dropped 81? Remember 2 weeks before he dropped 81, he dropped 68, 60, 62?
Like 29 when he did that as
right.
well, though,
His teammates couldn't bring it, so he turned the switch on and said, we're not losing. So your guy, Zion,
20-year-old Zion that didn't play
your guy, whenever the teammates are not hitting shots, your guy can't turn on the switch and say, all right, I'm going ham tonight, because he has to rely on the guys he pass it to hit the shots. That's not a number one guy.
No,
let me ask you this.
I'm gonna say this one thing. Oh, all right, cool. My bad.
Let me ask you this. Does this conversation not sound like we talking about LeBron?
Yeah,
it does.
Because this is LeBron's blueprint.
If you took that name, if you took the name out and we started talking about just having this conversation, and somebody walked up and because you said MJ, Kobe, everybody, right? They would think that we were talking about LeBron.
Right. This is his blueprint. Luka is playing LeBron's blueprint. Zion is, and so is Giannis. They're all playing LeBron's blueprint.
We all think of a person. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm interested because it's your squad, so I'm interested in what you got to say.
Yeah. So the rebuttal was Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. Jordan wasn't even in the league when he was 20. KD, his first 2 years in the league, they didn't make the playoffs. So, like, all I'm saying, Mel, before you start giving him that title of, man, he got to be that guy. If he don't do it, nobody else can. In your defense, Brandon Ingram is that guy, and I'm okay with that. This is my team. I like both of the players. You know what? I'm happy that we got Brandon Ingram instead of Anthony Davis, that piece of glass himself. And I'm lying. I would much prefer Anthony Davis.
What college just got hurt?
Yeah.
Who?
But Damian Lillard just hurt his thumb. Yeah.
He did?
Again?
Yeah. But he's shooting that free throw line.
He's in a game.
He's in a game. You see him holding that thumb?
That's the same one he broke in the playoffs, probably.
Same thumb.
Oh, well, yeah, he's still is at the halftime. He stayed in the game.
Okay.
Yeah. But Mel, our KD, our guy that is that high volume shooter is Brandon Ingram. In that game, Brandon Ingram was 3 of 16. Come on, man.
Right.
That's
what I'm saying.
I think that what Mel's trying to say is not even what he's trying to say, is what he said earlier as well. Mm-hmm. Is that who's more marketable though? Is it Zion or is it Brandon Ingram? People know. I mean, so in order to build this brand around Zion, they need Zion to do more. So in order for Zion to do more, Brandon Ingram can't be the guy anymore. It has to be Zion.
So now you turn Brandon Ingram into something that he's not. You like this is the same thing he was when playing with LeBron. If LeBron's gonna have the rock all the time,
he just
now what? What am I now? It's Brandon Ingram.
Right.
Am I a 3-point shooter? Am I catch and shoot 3-point shooter? So you just turn. If you're gonna give Zion the rock, you're gonna turn a pure point guard in Lonzo Ball and a ISO player with a wingspan of Lurch with a knockdown shot who can get to the hole, who's a scorer. You turn him into JJ Redick. You turn in two guys who excel with the ball into catch and shoot players. Also, you can have Zion handle the rock
and that turned into 3 for 16 shooting nights too.
And it turns it right because when you got me playing out of my natural habitat, I'm gonna be able to do it some nights and some nights I'm not.
No, it's not Mel. All right, let me start off by saying I agree. But hear me out. Stan Van Gundy, I'm starting to acknowledge that you were right. This probably the only time I'm gonna say this up in this phone call tonight. Well, you probably was right that Stan Van Gundy just may not be the guy for New Orleans. His old school ways of coaching on a team that is compromised of 24, 23, 20-year-olds is probably not gonna cut it. I honestly and truly believe in the Western Conference, New Orleans has a top 8. I'm saying like seeded talent-wise on their team, and they're not playing up to that. They're not. Point blank. Period. They're not.
Do you blame that on coaching?
Yes, I have to. I have to blame it. Eric Bledsoe was supposed to be. Oh, we traded Drew. But that's supposed to be Drew's replacement to say he's gonna live. He's gonna fulfill Drew Holiday's shoes. Hell to the no, he's not.
So what you think? What you think? So
the same night against the Timberwolves, Eric Bledsoe went 1 of 5. He didn't even shoot that much, and he played 28 minutes.
What was he playing? What was his role in the offense that he was playing? Was he handling the rock? Was he getting ISOs, or was he a catch and shoot guy?
He was a catch and shoot guy.
Okay,
that's not Eric Bledsoe's game.
That's not his game.
That's the whole point.
No. Wait. But that's Lonzo has been the facilitator. Man, I'm getting off of the topic that I was trying to address. Shit. No, the point when I said I agree with you, Mel, but my rebuttal would be, I don't know if you noticed this though, but they start like, and I've noticed this over the past couple of games. They've been doing this. They'll start them off, the 5 starters, as far as Lonzo, Eric, Brandon, Zion, and Steven. They start them off in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Stan gonna make a substitution probably at the 7-minute mark. And I don't know if you notice, he's gonna have Zion off and Ingram on and they're gonna have them being that guy for whatever team is around them at that given point of time. And then they bring them in together at the end of quarters. Pay attention to this. If you ever look at it, the two might have 30 and 30 minutes played, but only like 15 minutes playing times with each other. And that's what I'm saying. Stan is just trying to do something new so he can utilize BI, his ISO game. Like, bruh, I love, BI has the 3rd most mid-range shots in the NBA. But when I say it, BI was a young KD, Mel laughed at me.
Because KD is something different than everybody. That's why.
Yeah.
He is. When I say that, I'm not saying he's identical. I'm saying like he's the person who he idolized and try to mimic his game too. And I can see similarities. Hell no. BI probably will. I can assure you, BI will never ever be as good as Kevin Durant.
Hey, Kaz, I want Zoe to respond to what you just said about Stan Van Gundy might be trying new wrinkles in the offense to see what works. And in my opinion, I think he's giving in to probably management coming down and saying, "Hey, man, Zion needs to be the focal point, so figure it out, right?" So I think what it is, hey, I got a pure point guard and I got a guy that I want to use like Giannis, but they can't do it at the same time on the court, so I got to offset their minutes. But go ahead, Zo.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I think that I think it's more so Stan Van Gundy may not be the guy, but I think that the way that he's subbing and the way that he's playing these guys is pressure. From having to make Zion into something he could eventually be, but is not yet. You get what I'm saying? Like he's the guy. He is something. He's the number one pick, high flyer, definitely marketable, good kid. You know what I'm saying? He keeps his nose clean, don't really get in no trouble except for the money, but who don't take money? He don't
get in trouble, but he got in trouble.
Yeah, he don't get in trouble, but he got in trouble. But he's definitely marketable, and when you have a guy like that, the front offices see more than just play on the court. They say, hey, we need to make this guy the face. We got to make this guy the face, even if he skill wise isn't ready to be that guy. And I think that's what this is. I think you got to give him, even just like Mel said, y'all blew the Clippers out, Cass. Blew them out. Fourth quarter, Zion still in the game. He bringing the ball up. He gets 5 assists in a fourth quarter blowout. Like they're grooming him to be that guy. And I think that it's taken away from the guy. Like Eric Bledsoe's not a catch and shoot guy. Alonzo Ball, while he did catch fire the other day, he's not a catch and shoot guy. These are guys that play better with the ball in their hands. But just like Corey said, the LeBron factor. Everybody has to eventually have to change.
You don't think Eric Bledsoe? You don't think Eric Bledsoe is a catch and shoot?
Heck no.
No, I don't think he is. I don't. No, I think
he ain't even a shoot. More or less catch and shoot.
I think he's a
wasn't
good
that his role in Milwaukee?
No,
not really. He was a more guy that handled the ball when Giannis wasn't handling the ball. He got a strong body, so he can get to the paint, and he can finish. But he's not. He can shoot. I mean, if you wide open, then you have no choice but to shoot. But he wouldn't be what I consider a shooter.
Last year, I thought Hill was the person that mainly brought the ball up court.
No, Hill was the person who had the highest field goal 3-point percentage in the league.
He's actually a catch and shoot. He's a catch and shoot guy.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
He did. But all right.
Yeah, if Bledsoe was off the ball as a catch and shoot, it was by default because Giannis is doing what they want Zion to do, right? Because Giannis can't shoot, so it don't make no sense for him to be off the ball. That's what happened when your focal point can't score unless he's in the paint.
But I will say this year, Eric Bledsoe, he's not shooting that bad. He's shooting 37%, and that's his second highest, since he's been in the league. And he's been in the league for a while. So he's shooting better, but I wouldn't consider him a shooter.
Nah, not at all.
Right. So this is to Mel. Even though I know you're saying they're forcing Zion to do this, you got to think the Pelicans right now are 22-17. I mean, 17-22.
Right.
They're 5 games under 500. But since they did this over the past 13 games with Zion, they're 7-6. So by that metric, they're doing a lot better than their season average.
Yeah, but it's teams that haven't changed anything who playing a little bit better in their last 12 games, but playing 500 basketball is not impressive at all.
Man,
I'm not saying that, but it's a start for a young team. You take away JJ Redick from the Pelicans. The Pelicans have the youngest roster in the NBA.
I get it. I'm with you. Look. I'm not knocking them. They're just not gonna make the playoffs this year, and they're forcing Zion down our throat. That's it. That's all. And I'm not even saying Zion's not good. If I was the NBA from a business standpoint, if I was the Pelicans from a business standpoint, I would be doing the exact same thing. You have to find a way to market the guy that's the most marketable. And sometimes that means, sacrifice playing winning basketball. And I think that's what they're doing. They're not gonna play what makes basketball sense. They're gonna play what makes business sense.
Now this is a question. What is winning basketball in the era of everybody fucking creating a super team? That's one thing I just want to put to rest. I don't literally think there's winning basketball anymore unless you're teaming up. I think if we can just look at the past 20 champions, I can legitimately think of the Spurs and the first go around Warriors and the Mavs, but the Mavs was a lot of journeymen when they won. Yeah. So it's like unless you're building a team, man, it's It's like the game of basketball is just tainted. It's just like 14.
It is tainted, and here's my take on it. First, to answer your question, what is winning basketball? Winning basketball is 5-man basketball, as much as possible. Meaning that 5 guys is always a threat on the court. 5 guys can make a play for other guys, or 5 guys can make a play for themselves. Right? When you watch the Warriors when they play, the assist can come from anybody. It can come from Clay. It can come from Draymond. It can come from Steph. It can come from KD. It can come from Iguodala. Right? That's 5-man basketball. You got 5 guys moving, 5 guys setting screens, 5 guys fading out, all types of stuff. Right? And
if 5 guys don't sponsor us after this, boy, this is crazy.
Right. So winning basketball on offense is 5-man basketball. Winning basketball on defense is rebounding and stopping your man. Right. So if you compare that to what some of the teams are playing now, they're not playing 5-man basketball. They're playing 2-man basketball, which is their superstar and whoever's setting the screen for them. Right. So it's Luka. And whoever comes to set the screen, and in a lot of cases, they bring the worst defender to Luka for the screen, so they can get a switch, and then either Luka's going to try to take them 1-on-1, or if it's a big that backs off of them, Luka will take a step back 3. That's the whole offense, right?
Yeah, but they're changing that one up. I literally tried to watch like one night that I watched him that I put it in the group, and it was literally not that at all.
Yeah, sometimes they do it, and then sometimes they go right back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
When it tends to be when they get in trouble, they go to it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's the first answer. 5-man basketball is winning basketball. The second part.
Can I have a rebuttal to that? What would you consider the '96 Bulls, though? Would you say Rodman was a 5th option on any given night to give you points?
No. 5-man basketball don't always mean that you're a scoring threat. Sometimes it means you're a passing threat or a person that's setting a screen as well. Rodman never was just sitting over in the corner,
I see what you're saying.
Just watching somebody go 1-on-1 or watching a screen and roll with 2 players.
All right.
You know,
I took it as you saying it needs to be 5 scores. All right.
No, not 5 scores. 5 people involved in the offense. When it's half court offense, like, and the triangle didn't allow for 1-on-1 or anything other than 5-man. Everybody was a threat. Somebody was either cutting or flashing. I mean, it was so beautiful to watch. So beautiful, right? So the second part of what you said is super teams. Too many super teams out here, and the reason that is because the NBA has turned into so much of a business and a money grab that they have to push on us the people who make the most money for them. So it becomes kind of unfair when it's always LeBron, right? So in order for people to kind of balance that, like I can't come with an even team against LeBron, because it's going to be that team versus LeBron and the NBA refs. So they was like, all right, here's how we get around it. A super team, you can't cheat us. Because we just go blow out whoever you want to be. We just go blow them out.
Right.
I'm not even giving it. I'm not even letting the ref have it. Like,
bro, exactly. And I guarantee you, when LeBron retires, you won't see people teaming up like this no more. Guarantee.
You think so?
Yes.
But wait, but why is this? And I get it. It's only usually a 13-man roster compared to a 52-man roster. But why is it that it's easier to do it in basketball than it is in football?
What, to manipulate games?
No.
Create these super teams.
Salary cap, and even if you can, like, quarterback is so important. Like, it don't matter if you have all of the best wide receivers, a star running back.
The Super Bowl. Matter of fact, I'm answering my own question. Super Bowl. As you started talking, I thought about it. It was like, you can have all the weapons. Never mind.
Yep.
It was like, quarterback's so important. Never mind.
Yep. You ain't got time to throw that ball. It's a wrap.
Yeah, you can't throw it, then it don't matter.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we done came to the end, man. Kaz, I'm glad you called in so we can talk about Noya.
Yeah,
but
I'm not gonna lie. Over the past couple of games, man, the Pelicans look like they're trying to play for Stan. And to answer your question, I also agree that the Pelicans aren't a threat, but they're a fun basketball team to watch. Very frustrating if you're a Pelicans fan, but a fun team to watch. They're but 2018 defense.
Very frustrating if you're a basketball purist and you see this BS that they throwing at us.
Bro, it's like, oh man, you got one of the best offense. Yeah, but you also got one of the worst defense. Like, why? Like, come on now, man.
Hey, look, I give them all the props they deserve, and so I do that for Zion as soon as the NBA stop force feeding us with it. You know, I tend to push back on being force fed. You know, so that's why you probably hear so much of the pushback on Luka and Zion, because that's the ones they're pushing. They're not even pushing Trey no more.
Nah, they don't like Trey.
What did y'all see that dunk from Jackson Hayes the other night?
Yeah, on a little man. Anybody about to celebrate that, man. Bruh, you 6'11", you 6'11", and Drew Bledsoe 6 foot. You supposed to dunk on.
That was nice though, man.
No, it was.
I was about to say, bro.
It was, man.
When what's his name? DeAndre Jordan did that ridiculous dunk on the 6'2" defender that he did it on. That jump was heard around the world.
Yeah, but old boy jumped and
he did. He jumped, and then it was that face DeAndre Jordan made after he.
It's so.
DeAndre,
that's what it did.
His head was above the rim.
Head was above the rim. Brandon Knight jumped, and when their bodies collided, Brandon Knight's body wrapped around him like a WWF belt, and then he slammed it on.
True. He went straight to his back though. That was fun.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's go ahead and close this thing out, man. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in, checking us out, man. Check us out on all. Hey, look, I would say we're on all platforms, but we switched platforms from Anchor to Libsyn, and it ain't always switched over yet. So, I don't know if our stuff is actually updating. Yeah,
it's on Apple Podcasts.
We'll get it out there.
I think.
Nah, it ain't on nothing yet. I think it's only on because they got to.
I guarantee you that it's on Facebook and YouTube.
Exactly. It's definitely on YouTube. So if y'all want to watch the replay, man, but and definitely subscribe on YouTube, and definitely you want to subscribe because we're going to be giving away a lot of merchandise that you might like, courtesy of the Sport Cave. Go check them out, and then we'll be here next Tuesday again, same time. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace out.